The Saab 96 was never meant to look intimidating. It was small, rounded, and almost polite until it started humiliating rally giants on the roughest roads in Europe. Behind that strange little body was aircraft thinking, winter logic, and engineering tricks few modern drivers would expect. Subscribe if you love classic car documentaries. Today, we're uncovering 7 secrets about the Saab 96 that even true fans might not know. The tiny car that humiliated rally giants. The Saab 96 looked too small, too rounded, and too modest to frighten anyone on a rally stage. Yet, in the early 1960s, this little Swedish machine became a nightmare for bigger, louder, more powerful rivals. Its secret was not brute force, but balance, grip, and an almost stubborn refusal to give up on rough roads. On events like the RAC Rally and the Monte Carlo Rally, the 96 proved that clever engineering could embarrass raw horsepower. Its compact body slipped through narrow roads, while its front-wheel drive layout helped pull it out of slippery corners. To spectators, it must have looked like a family car fighting giants, but to Saab, this was the proof that intelligence could be faster than muscle. The freewheel trick that saved its engine. One of the strangest features of the early Saab 96 was its freewheel system, a detail that feels almost alien to modern drivers. Lift off the throttle, and the car could coast without the engine dragging it back like a normal car. At first, that sounds like a quirky fuel-saving trick, but on the two-stroke Saab, it had a much more serious purpose, because the engine relied on oil mixed with fuel. Long, downhill engine braking could starve it of lubrication. The freewheel helped protect the engine when the driver backed off. It also gave the car a light, gliding character that became part of its personality. What seemed odd was actually a surprisingly practical solution born from necessity, born from aircraft, shaped by winter. The Saab 96 did not look like a normal small car because Saab did not think like a normal car company. Its roots came from aircraft, and that influence showed in the rounded nose, smooth sides, curved roofline, and almost teardrop-like silhouette. Unlike many boxy saloons of its era, the 96 seemed shaped by wind, snow, and long Scandinavian roads. The design was compact, but it had a sense of purpose, as if every curve had been softened by a winter storm. This was not styling for glamour alone. The shape helped give the car stability, efficiency, and a distinctive identity. On a grey road in Sweden, the Saab 96 looked less like fashion and more like survival equipment. Eric Carlson's left foot secret. The Saab 96 became legendary, not only because of the car, but because of the people who understood how to drive it. Eric Carlson, Saab's most famous rally hero, knew that a small two-stroke engine had to be kept alive in its strongest rev range. His answer was left-foot braking, using the brake while keeping the throttle open. To an ordinary driver, that sounds brutal. In Carlson's hands, it became a weapon. The technique helped keep the engine spinning, the front wheels pulling, and the car balanced through slippery bends. On snow, gravel, and tight mountain roads, this made the little Saab feel far more aggressive than its size suggested. It turned a limitation into theatre. The Ford V4 that gave Saab a second life. By the mid-1960s, the two-stroke engine that had helped define Saab was beginning to feel like yesterday's idea. Emissions, refinement, and customer expectations were changing, and Saab needed a new heart for the 96. The answer was unexpected: a compact Ford V4 engine. It was not exotic, and it was not born in Trollhättan, but it gave the car exactly what it needed: more flexibility, more everyday usability, and a stronger chance of surviving into the 1970s. The V4 did not erase the Saab's strange character. It helped preserve it. Suddenly, the 96 could feel more mature without becoming ordinary. It was a transplant that kept an old rebel alive. The front-wheel drive advantage nobody expected. Long before front-wheel drive became normal for small family cars, the Saab 96 was already showing why it made sense. With the engine's weight over the driven wheels, the car could dig into snow, mud, and loose gravel in a way many rear-wheel drive rivals could not. This gave it a hidden advantage in the kind of weather Scandinavia knew too well. The layout was not just clever on paper, it changed how the car behaved when roads became difficult. Instead of pushing from the back, the Saab pulled itself forward with a stubborn, sure-footed feel. For ordinary owners, that meant confidence in winter. For rally drivers, it meant a weapon hiding in plain sight. The Finnish chapter. Most people forget. The Saab 96 is usually remembered as a Swedish icon, but part of its story belongs across the Baltic Sea in Finland. In 1969, production of Saab cars began at Uusikaupunki through Saab Valmet. And the 96 became one of the cars tied to that important industrial chapter. This was more than just moving metal from one factory to another. It showed how the Saab 96 had become valuable enough to outgrow one national story. In Finland, it helped support a new car-building tradition and extended the life of a design that already felt wonderfully stubborn. By the time the model reached the end of production in 1980, it was no longer just a Swedish oddity. It had become a Nordic survivor. The Saab 96 was more than a quirky Swedish classic. It was proof that smart engineering, strange ideas, and fearless rally spirit could outlive fashion. From its freewheel system to its front-wheel drive grip and forgotten Finnish chapter, this little car earned its legend the hard way. Click to watch more stories about classic British cars. Like, subscribe, and tell us what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.